Francis Harry Compton Crick, June 8, 1916 to July 28, 2004, was a towering figure in 20th century biology whose insight and rigor reshaped our understanding of life's molecular underpinnings. Trained originally as a physicist, Crick shifted to biology during World War II, and by 1953, in collaboration with James D. Watson, he co-authored the seminal paper that described DNA's elegant double helix, a discovery that revealed how genetic information is stored and replicated. For this breakthrough, built in part on X-ray diffraction data produced by Rosalind Franklin and Raymond Gosling, and further developed alongside Maurice Wilkins, Crick, Watson, and Wilkins were awarded the 1962 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for their discoveries concerning the molecular structure of nucleic acids and its significance for information transfer in living material. Beyond the double helix, Crick introduced the concept of the central dogma, succinctly expressing that genetic information flows from DNA to RNA to protein and cannot reverse course, a framework that remains foundational to molecular biology. Following his Nobel-winning work, he was appointed J.W. Kiekhaefer Distinguished Research Professor at the Salk Institute in La Jolla, California, where he devoted his later career to theoretical neurobiology and the scientific study of consciousness. Remarkably, Crick continued his intellectual pursuits until the very end, editing a manuscript on his deathbed, leaving behind a legacy of interdisciplinary curiosity and transformative contributions to science. John Drew Barrymore, born John Blythe Barrymore, Jr., June 4, 1932 to November 29, 2004, was an American film actor and a member of the storied Barrymore acting dynasty, which included his father John Barrymore and his aunts and uncles Lionel and Ethel Barrymore. He made his screen debut at 17 in the Robert Preston Western The Sundowners, 1950, and was promoted to leading man status in Joseph Losey's The Big Night, 1951, in which he played George Law Main. Over the next decade, Barrymore alternated between supporting film roles, most notably as J.I. Coleridge in MGM's High School Confidential, 1958, and guest appearances on television series such as Gunsmoke, Rawhide, The Wild Wild West, and Winchester 73. Despite early promise, his career faltered amid well-publicized struggles with alcoholism and legal troubles, including arrests for drug possession and public intoxication. After a lengthy hiatus from acting following an uncredited stint in the 1976 film Baby Blue Marine, Barrymore resurfaced briefly with a small role in Stephen Frears's New Are the Grifters, 1990, joining a cast led by Angelica Houston and John Cusack. Off-screen, Barrymore married 5 times and fathered 4 children, including actor John Blythe Barrymore III and most famously Drew Barrymore. Estranged from much of his family in later years, he was brought to live near Drew in 2003. She covered his medical expenses until he succumbed to cancer at age 72 in Los Angeles. His ashes were scattered at Joshua Tree National Park, his favorite retreat. Mariana Kamlas was born on September 3, 1969, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and began her career as a competitive bodybuilder and fitness model before transitioning to the world of professional wrestling. Standing out with her athletic physique and charisma, she caught the eye of World Wrestling Federation (WWF) talent scouts in 1999 and debuted under the ring name Mariana, soon paired with the comical Mrs. Cleavage persona. In this gimmick, she served as both manager and on-screen mother to the wrestler Beaver Cleavage, a parody of the wholesome 1950s sitcom Leave It to Beaver, helping to introduce a light-hearted, tongue-in-cheek storyline to WWF programming. The Beaver Cleavage experiment was short-lived, after scripted backstage storm out by wrestler Charles Warrington. Due to the intentionally absurd nature of the gimmick, the character's relationship pivoted. Warrington dropped the Beaver Cleavage gimmick, adopting his own identity as Chaz, and Mariana re-emerged as his on-screen girlfriend, shedding the parody persona and aligning with a more conventional valet role. Though she never captured any championships, her tenure in the WWF showcased her versatility in the ring and on the microphone. Off-camera, Kamlas faced a far more serious battle. In late 2003, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. After a valiant fight, she succumbed to the disease on September 26, 2004, at the age of 35. Her passing was mourned by fans and colleagues alike, who remembered her for her pioneering presence as a female bodybuilder in wrestling and her warm, spirited personality. Elmer Bernstein, born on April 4, 1922, In New York City, was one of Hollywood's most prolific and versatile composers, whose career spanned more than 50 years and encompassed over 150 feature film scores and nearly 80 television productions. After studying piano and composition at the Juilliard School and the University of Southern California, Bernstein broke into film in the early 1950s, quickly earning acclaim for his sweeping, colorfully orchestrated themes. His score for Cecil B. DeMille's epic, The Ten Commandments, 1956, showcased his gift for grandeur, while The Magnificent Seven, 1960, delivered one of the most instantly recognizable heroic motifs in Western cinema. Over subsequent decades, he demonstrated remarkable range, moving from the moral intensity of To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962, to the galloping rhythms of The Great Escape, 1963, the buoyant comedy of Animal House, 1978, and the mischievous ghost-chasing fun of Ghostbusters, 1984. He earned 14 Academy Award nominations, winning for Thoroughly Modern Millie, 1967, alongside 2 Golden Globes, an Emmy, and multiple Grammy nods. In his later years, Bernstein continued to reinvent himself, scoring David O. Russell's elegiac drama The Fighter, 2010, just months before his death. On August 18, 2004, at the age of 82, he passed away at his home in Ojai, California, following a battle with cancer. His expansive and emotionally rich body of work remains a touchstone of film music, celebrated for both its melodic invention and its profound ability to capture the spirit of the stories it accompanies. Harold Clifford Leake, better known to millions as Howard Keel, was born on April 13, 1919, in Gillespie, Illinois. Blessed with a robust bass baritone and striking matinee idol looks, he caught the attention of Rodgers and Hammerstein producers in 1944 and was offered the lead in the original Broadway production of Oklahoma. Yet ever patriotic, Keel honored his commitment to Douglas Aircraft, shelving his theatrical ambitions to support the Allied war effort. Following World War II, his captivating stage presence led him to London's West End and, in 1948, to his silver screen debut with British filmmakers. Stateside, MGM swooped in. Keel headlined a string of Technicolor musicals, Annie Get Your Gun, 1950, Showboat, 1951, and most iconically, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, 1954, becoming one of Hollywood's premier male singers of the Golden Age. As the studio system waned, Keel transitioned to action fare, starring in Britain's Floods of Fear, 1958, and the sci-fi cult classic Day of the Triffids, 1962, even sharing the screen with John Wayne and Kirk Douglas in The War Wagon, 1967. Nightclubs and summer stocks filled the lean years until television revived his fortunes. From 1981 to 1991, he portrayed the steely-oil Baron Clayton Farlow on Dallas, endearing himself to new generations. In the twilight of his career, Keel returned to his first love, singing, releasing 4 albums before succumbing to colon cancer at his Palm Desert home on November 7, 2004 at age 85.